and good evening, basketball fans. It's been over 6 months since we made history here in the league, and now the long wait is over. This day has finally arrived. We are coming to you live from Domen Gymnasium here in Zhuhai, China, and we welcome you to the opening night of the 9th season of your ASEAN Basketball League. And this year, we are looking to rise to greatness. We are starting the year on a high note as the newest team in the league will make their debut. Zhuhai Wolf Warriors going up against last year's semi-finalists, the Hong Kong Eastern basketball team. You guys got Martin Javier working alongside Marco Benitez here on opening night. Marco, how excited are you to get started here in the season?
We're very excited, Martin. Of course, we're being welcomed by the newest member, the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors. As you see, the tournament format a little bit different this season. 2 groups, 5 teams per group. The Eastern Asia teams will be playing together with San Miguel Ala Pilipinas. The other group is going to be composed of the Southeast Asian teams. Quadruple round robin. You play the members of your group 4 times, and you play the members of the other group 2 times. Total of 26 games, 13 at home, 13 away, so 6 additional games as compared to last season. Top 8 teams will advance to the quarterfinals with 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7, and so on and so forth. And then we move on to a best of 3 semifinals, and the winners advance to a best of 5 finals. So let's hear the introductions of the both teams' lineups.
We go back to our coverage here of your ASEAN Basketball League. This is season number 9, and we are in opening night. As you see here, the officials that will work on this game. You guys still have Martin Javier and Marco Benitez doing this coverage. Again, we have the newest team in the league, Zhuhai Wolf Warriors, going up against the Hong Kong Eastern basketball team, entering their 3rd season in this league. And you guys have Coach Edu Torres on your screens, one of the most successful coaches we have here in the league. And the rookie coach on the other side from Zhuhai, you've got Coach Malcolm Battles coaching here on the sidelines, the 6'8" coach of the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors. Interesting matchup here in the season, Marco. You got a very tall, very lengthy Wolf Warriors team against a tried and tested Hong Kong Eastern. As we take a look at the makeup of both of these teams, the key players of these teams here, and bannered by 2 of their big men, Eddy Curry, former NBA player, and of course Big Sam of Hong Kong Eastern.
And of course on your screens you see Super Mario Wei-Sang, one of the most well-known players here in the ASEAN Basketball League, former CLS Indonesian Knights, one of the few members of the 1,000 point club here in the ASEAN Basketball League. And of course, Eddy Curry, an 11-year NBA veteran, has seen action with the likes of the New York Knicks, Dallas Mavericks, Miami Heat. So he's going to bring a lot of experience here for this young Wolf Warriors squad. Of course, for the Hong Kong Eastern basketball squad, former world MVP Marques, Elliot. Of course, Sam de Guara is going to be seeing action, formerly of the Mono Vampire squad. And their new addition as a world import, Eric Ferguson, a 6'8" player with a 7-foot wingspan.
And you got both teams at the bench right now.
One of the significant changes in the rules this season is that where we used to have the allocation of 2 world imports and 2 heritage imports for each team, this season we've done away with the heritage imports. Each team will be allowed a maximum of 3 imports, and local players will be classified as players who hold a passport of the country of the team they are representing, for as long as one of their biological parents is from that country. Or if they do not have a passport of that country, for as long as one of their biological parents is from that country, then he is considered as a local player. As you take a look at the starting 5 of this former ASEAN Basketball League champion, the Hong Kong Eastern.
Eric Ferguson, Marques Elliott, Sam de Guada, Lee Key, and I think making his first start of the season, Thang usually the first guy off the bench for Coach Edu Torres in the starting unit here today. On the other side, you got Chris Shentu, Mario Boisang, Eddy Curry, Deshaun Mitchell, and of course Kai Chen, comprising the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors, making their debut here in the ASEAN Basketball League. On your screens right now, former World Import MVP Marques Elliott. Last year averaged 22 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. And Big Sam de Guada, big factor why the Mono Vampire Basketball Club went all the way to the finals against San Miguel Ala Pilipinas. Is now suiting up for Hong Kong Eastern this time around. And you mentioned the changes in the off-season, or the changes in the rules at least, that sparked a lot of movement in the off-season for a lot of teams. That's going to be, it's interesting how it's going to pan out all throughout the season here. So here we go. Opening night of the ASEAN Basketball League. We are in season number 9. It's bigger, better, and we are aiming to rise to greatness. A record 10 teams, most in any of the 9 seasons this year of the ASEAN Basketball League. At the middle right now, Sam de Guara, Eddy Curry, big matchup at the center position for this game.
We were talking to Marques Elliott prior to the game, and he was saying that Sam de Guara is his roommate on the road, and he has seen how much work Big Sam has put in, and it's obvious in the way his physique right now has lost some of those baby fats, and very lean and mean, and looking ready to go here for a Hong Kong Eastern. Of course, one of the X factors probably will be Eric Ferguson for Hong Kong Eastern.
Yes.
As we mentioned, standing 6'8", is a scorer, hailing out of Georgia Southern, an NCAA Division I school. We average about 12.4 points per game. First tip goes to Hong Kong Eastern.
All right, season number 9 is now underway. Wolf Warriors versus Hong Kong Eastern basketball team. Once again, we are live here in Domen Gymnasium in Zhuhai, China. Thank you so much for watching us in different parts of the world. Here is Eric Ferguson. Attacks right away, missing his first shot of the season. Battle for the rebound. It goes to Mario Boisang. Deshaun Mitchell attacking de Guada. Retreats. Kai Chen puts the ball on the floor. The lefty with a soft touch there. And first points of the season for the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors from Kai Chen.
You mentioned earlier that the Wolf Warriors are a very tall squad. Kai Chen there showing us the moves, able to put the ball on the perimeter. Eric Ferguson going strong, gets the first bucket as well for Hong Kong Eastern.
That time attacking Kai Chen for that bucket. So 2 apiece here.
Mario Boisang, one of the elder statesmen here in the ASEAN Basketball League, we were able to talk to him. He said he thought he was going to be retired.
Yeah, he actually announced his retirement right after season number 8.
But the opportunity came, and of course, for a competitor like Mario Boisang, he always welcomes the opportunity to compete and to play at such a high level.
And he is going to have a vital role for this squad, a very young squad that is in need of a legitimate leader on the floor.
For Hong Kong Eastern, meanwhile, they will be missing the services of the staple scorer for them in previous seasons, Tyler Lam.
Tyler Lam, that's right.
We will no longer be seeing action for Hong Kong Eastern. But one of their key returnees for me is Chan Shu Wing.
That's right.
Who was injured last season, had an ACL injury, if I'm not mistaken. He is healthy and he is back. And Coach Edu Torres so happy to have him back in the fold.
He was a big part of that championship team a couple of seasons ago. Eddy Curry on the tip. Wolf Warriors with a 2-point lead, 4-2. And Eddy Curry with a commanding presence inside, but they left Eric Ferguson all alone for that jam.
1-2-2 full court pressure coming from the Wolf Warriors, easily broken by Marques Elliott. Nice find under the basket. And Coach Malcolm Battles was saying that defense is going to be their calling card.
Yeah.
That time, miscommunication though on the full court press.
Opted to go for the pressure there. Wui Sang fires in and out. Ferguson does not get the rebound, and Tai Chen gets fouled underneath. I think that's going to be on Tang Chi Hang.
Ferguson mistimed that jump for that defensive rebound. Tang Chi Hang not able to box out Kai Chen.
Here's Kai Chen, spending 4 years in the Chinese Basketball Association. Played high school in the United States in Pasadena, California. Last year, played for Fujian. Only averaged over 3 points per game and 8 minutes of play. Now this is a welcome addition on the side of the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors. A big guy that can put the ball on the floor and put a body on the defensive end. Hong Kong Eastern on the attack now. Guada backing down on Curry. Guada feeds Tang Chi Hang for the reverse. Great play from Hong Kong Eastern.
Another miscommunication on defense. Nobody putting a body on Tang Chi Hang. And that's something that Guada has shown us last season, the ability to pass the ball in traffic.
That time, Kai Chen again getting fouled. And Eddy Curry talking to an official there.
He's very adamant about where Sam Guada is putting his elbows, saying that he's getting caught at the neck area.
So it's 6-4 now for Hong Kong Eastern, with a little over 2 minutes gone here in the first. Kai Chen on the fade. That bounces out. Tang Chi Hang pushing. Tang Chi Hang on the move. Lobs it up. Guada, easy finish for the big guy.
And that's going to be a big luxury here for Coach Edu Torres when his biggest guy on the floor, 7'4", is able to run the break. One of the concerns for Hong Kong Eastern was the pace of the game that they were going to play at with Big Sam in the middle, but he's showing us that he's capable of running the floor.
Marques Elliott fires. That is too strong, but we got a foul underneath. Big Sam also down, holding on to his middle section there.
And this game starting out very physical here.
You see him there grimacing in pain as he walks down the floor. So Shentu checks in here for the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors. We got a timeout on the floor. An early 4-point lead for Hong Kong Eastern. All right, play resumes here in Domen Gymnasium. 7 and 12 remaining here in the first quarter. And Hong Kong Eastern has gotten to the pace that they actually wanted to begin this game. Mario Wui Sang against Elliot. Spins on him. Wui Sang still with the basketball. Dumps it inside. Eddy Curry. No good on the reverse. Guada with the rebound.
That was actually good position there for Eddy Curry. Nice forward pass to Eric Ferguson.
And that's the second basket in transition as well, coming from Eric Ferguson. 6-point lead, 10-4 for Hong Kong Eastern. We got a timeout on the floor. And we're back to our coverage here. This is your ASEAN Basketball League, and probably the biggest story of the offseason for Hong Kong Eastern at least was the signing of Sabda Guara and how he will enter the system of Coach Edu Torres, because we know this team, Hong Kong Eastern, they like the up-tempo play, high-octane team, high offense team, and we thought that the entry of Sabda Guara would actually slow the offense down. But so far, at least in the first 3.5 minutes of this game, it has been or has panned well for Hong Kong Eastern. De Guara has adjusted very well to the running game of Hong Kong.
And it looks like they have not lost a beat. 6 fast break points, 6 of the 10 points of Hong Kong Eastern coming off of fast breaks.
And Ushuk Pan coming off the bench for Sabda Guara. And that's going to be a foul on Hong Kong Eastern. Eric Ferguson getting too aggressive on Mario Uisang.
Well, this team, Hong Kong Eastern, also known as a pressing team, that time showing their half-court 1-2-2. They're one of the league leaders in terms of turnovers forced last season. Actually, number 1, they forced 17.4 turnovers per ball game. But at that time, Eric Ferguson getting a step slow, actually. Was forced to foul Mario Uisang. So last season, Hong Kong Eastern finishing the regular season at 14-6. Lost actually their only won two of their last 6 games of the regular season. Had a 7-3 home record and a 7-3 record on the road.
Got eliminated in the semifinals by the eventual champs, San Miguel Ala Pilipinas. And you got Mario Uisang, the 39-year-old Indonesian legend, on the line right now. 2012 ABL champion as well for the Indonesia Warriors.
So just to give you an idea of the talent that Hong Kong Eastern is missing, Christian Stan Hardinger averaged about 23 points per game last season. The heritage import Tyler Lamb also averaging 23 points per game last season.
So they had 3 20-point scorers last year. Big shoes to fill for Sabda Guara and Eric Ferguson. Here is Kai Chen. Oh, stripped off by Marques Elliott. Here is Elliot pushing, kicking it out. Leaky from the corner.
Scott stepping on the sideline, but that was a wide open shot for Lee Kee.
Missed opportunity for Hong Kong Eastern.
Lee Kee was a 42% three-point shooter last season, so Wolf Warriors would do well not to leave him open.
And here we go. The crowd favorite here, Wu Yo, aka More Free. He is a street ball legend here in China. And let's see how his game will translate in organized basketball here in the ASEAN Basketball League. Kai Chen, another missed shot. Tang Chi Hang with the rebound. Hong Kong on the attack. Elliot pulls up for 3. Elliot knocks it down.
Last season, this is one of the kinks of the armor of Marques Elliott. Only shot about 28% from long distance, but starting it out right now with a 3-pointer.
And that's Deshaun Mitchell with a counter on the other end for the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors. That's right, Marco. The 3-point shooting of Marques Elliott was down last year to 28%. He shot 40% in his first season.
That's correct. And right now showing us his ability to take it strong to the basket. So Marques Elliott, really the complete package. Last season had to take a step back in terms of scoring because you had Tyler Lamb and Stan Hardinger averaging about 22, 23 points per game. So Elliott was content to lower his scoring average in favor of getting more assists and distributing or facilitating more for his team.
And early on, he's looking more composed here as he misses the first free throw there. Marques Elliott, again, former World Import MVP. In his first season, he averaged 24 points per game. His point average went down by almost 2 points last year, about 22 points per game. But he upped his assists and rebounding. Did damage in different areas for Hong Kong Eastern.
Here's that full court pressure again with Elliott and Ferguson at the second line.
Oh, Ferguson getting the steal and the jam. Eric Ferguson with a deuce.
Well, this early we can see Ferguson, a very exciting player in the open floor.
And 8 points for Eric Ferguson here in the first quarter. And we got a foul here on Lee Kee.
That's going to be the 15th foul, if I'm not mistaken. So Hong Kong Eastern already in penalty situation. That's going to mean free throws for Kai Chen.
Kai Chen getting fouled a lot so far in the first quarter. Drops in the first free throw.
He's been one of the bright spots of the Wolf Warriors already with 3 points, 3 of the 6 points of the Warriors.
You see here, Zhuhai still putting work on their chemistry, getting used to each other. Of course, this is a very young team.
That's exactly what Mari Woisang was saying, that they're still trying to develop that chemistry. They've been together for a little over a month.
And Kai Chen missing the second free throw. So a 9-point game here. Halfway done here in the first quarter. Marques Elliott. Step back J. Marques Elliott drops it in.
Everybody knows Marques Elliott very capable of knocking down that step back jump shot.
11-point lead for Hong Kong Eastern.
Zone defense now for the blue shirts.
They go inside. That's Lee Jun. Or that's Jiao Rongce rather. Attacking the defense and gets a foul on Eric Ferguson.
Great hands there by Eric Ferguson. I think actually it was called a jump ball.
Oh, okay.
So ball, but possession arrow stays with the Wolf Warriors. And Chan Shu Wing makes his entry here into the ball game.
After a year of absence for Hong Kong Eastern and the ABL. And that's going to be a shot clock violation on the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors.
Chan Shu Wing, a very defensive-minded perimeter player who can knock down that three-point shot.
Turnover number 3 for Zhuhai.
Number 24, Johnny Shu makes his entry.
A young guy out of Northern Illinois University. Marques Elliott swings it to Shu. Here's Ferguson from the corner. Knocks it down. And Eric Ferguson.
So far, it has been a great debut for Eric Ferguson. 10 points already. Chance to go to 11 and showing us the entire package.
Yeah. Showing us all the tools, attacking, getting points in transition, and now from long distance.
And Coach Malcolm Battles forced to send Eddie Curry back into the game.
Eric Ferguson, chance for a 4-point play here. Drops in the free throw, so it's a 15-point advantage for Hong Kong Eastern.
Also showing us that the sweet shooting stroke is Eric Ferguson.
Wu Yo, Shantu against Chan Shu Wing now. Wu Yo fires, more free, too strong. And Ferguson with the rebound. Here is Marques Elliott. Elliott, great ball movement for Hong Kong. Ferguson misses the shot. Ferguson snatches it away.
And you love the activity of Eric Ferguson, not giving up on the play. Gets the offensive rebound and it goes hard for the putback. Draws the foul once again from one of the Wolf Warriors.
Check the production right now by Eric Ferguson in the first quarter. 12 points so far with 3 rebounds and 1 steal. Quality minutes on the floor for Coach Edu Torres.
Very efficient from the field, 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
No turnovers yet. And they've built a 15-point advantage.
Eric Ferguson has spent the last few years again playing in the Hong Kong local leagues. That's why Coach Edu and the rest of the crew there from Hong Kong Eastern is very familiar on what he can bring to the table.
Remember, he was actually a replacement for the original import that was set to be lined up by Hong Kong Eastern Trey Gilder. But Ferguson showing his worth as Adam Su makes his way into the game.
Adam Su entering his second year in the league.
Looks to be in a lot better condition.
Yeah. Got trimmed down in the off-season is Adam Shu.
That's going to be another turnover here for the Wolf Warriors.
At a timeout here. We'll be right back after this.
唔該晒我哋嘅籃球寶貝 ，thank you。澳門戰狼加油加油！
Backdoor coverage here, Eddy Curry. Now on the floor again for the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors. And despite the exit of Sabda Guara with 2 personal fouls, I think with at least 6 minutes remaining here in the first, Hong Kong Eastern has increased their lead to 16 points. There's John Shu, overshoots that one. Battle for the rebound, and that's last touch on Zhuhai.
Nice player screen set there for John Shu. First shot of the game for him, so a little cold coming off the bench. He gives Hong Kong Eastern another shooter on the floor.
Marques Elliot fires, too strong. Rebound goes to Shu. Kicks it out. Elliot again. Goes to the other side. Adam Shu, too strong. Ball goes back to him. Great ball movement from Hong Kong. Chan Shu Wing from the corner drops it in.
And that's one of the things that Hong Kong Eastern missed last season, that shooting ability of Chan Shu Wing.
And Wu Yo now handles the basketball. Jenning Leong on the floor now, out of Montreal, Canada, for the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors.
Eddy Green right now trying to take advantage of his size against Wu Shuk Pan.
So here's a foul, 19-point lead. Badly needed points at the free throw line for the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors.
That was the right idea, as Hong Kong Eastern is in the penalty. Sabda Guara with 2 personals. He also has 2 personal fouls. Previously, the defense of Hong Kong Eastern denying that entry pass. They are going at does not allow the Wolf Warriors to play deliberate basketball to feed the ball inside to Eddy Curry.
Really disrupting the system here of the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors. 1 out of 2 for Eddy Curry. Lead is down to 18 with 2:40 to go here in the first. Chan Shu Wing, Marques Elliot looking for a teammate. Finds Shu. Back out to Elliot. Elliot attacks. Elliot puts it up and puts it in. He gets the bounce. Marques Elliot.
Now, you know, the other advantage of having Chan Shu Wing back is that Marques Elliot does not have to play the point guard spot the entire game, because Chan Shu Wing also loves to play that point guard spot. Elliot can drop down to that too, can focus a little more on his scoring instead of facilitating.
Here's Leong. Here's Giong. Back to more free. More free against Chan Shu Wing with 10 seconds to shoot for the Wolf Warriors. Eddy Curry attacking Wu Shuk Pan. Curry getting his own miss. No good on the second attempt. Still no good. Eddy Curry working hard down low.
That's how to get your points inside the paint, especially with Sabda Guara on the bench. Nobody there can actually match up with Eddy Curry in terms of heft.
They swing the ball around. Hong Kong on the attack. John Shu fires in and out. And Wu Shuk Pan tapping it to Chan Shu Wing. But it's going to be Zhuhai basketball.
Hong Kong Eastern displaying great ball movement there, just not able to connect on that outside shot. An interesting move here from Coach Eddy Torres, going all local. Marques Elliot
We've seen him do this
heading to the bench.
at times, yeah, last season. Deshaun Mitchell attacking, taking advantage. Difficult shot put up by Mitchell.
And Deshaun Mitchell, formerly of UNLV, played for St. Catharines, was known as a scorer. Stands 6'6", about 220 pounds. 9-year-old, small forward.
Yeah. Hasn't gotten a lot of touches here in the first quarter. Only 2 shots for Mitchell.
Number 24, 2 personal foul. Substitution on the floor.
Looks like one of the Wolf Warriors is going to be called for a foul. He's going to send Wu Shuk Pan to the free throw line. Both teams in the penalty.
Wu Shuk Pan broke his hand, I think, in the first game of Hong Kong Eastern last year. Came back towards the end of the season. Had to work hard to get into game shape once again, get his conditioning going. But now he is injury-free, ready to go for Coach Edu.
Showing us that nice smooth stroke from the free throw line. Again, full court pressure from the Hong Kong Eastern.
30 points on the board for the Hong Kong Eastern basketball team.
They've always been known as a high-scoring team. Last season, third in the league, averaging about 97 points per game.
And more free with a three-pointer there, much needed for the Wolf Warriors.
That's actually the first three-pointer of the game for the Wolf Warriors. They were 0 out of 3 prior to that one.
And this is going to be a turnover on Adam Hsu. So an opportunity to cut into the lead here for Zhuhai. Down by 17 points, under a minute remaining in our opening quarter. Wu Yo working on two guys. Giong attacking. Curry with a rebound. No good on the second try. Great defense by Hong Kong. There's Adam Hsu. Oh! Unable to get a handle on that basketball.
Sorry, miscue there from Adam Hsu. He saw the smaller defender for free and got a little too excited in that one-on-one situation.
So 34 seconds remaining here in the first. Wu Yo. Last touch on Lao Tzu Lai.
Lao Tzu Lai, we saw had a breakout season.
Yeah. Was a great three-point threat for Hong Kong Eastern.
I really tried to fill in the shoes of Chan Shu Wing. But Wu Sang makes his way back into the game for the last offensive possession.
Turnover count here, 4 for the Warriors, or Wolf Warriors, 3 for Hong Kong Eastern. Here's Kai Chen. No good. Eddy Curry on the second attempt again.
And as Wu Shuk Pan was forced to help out on D, nobody there to box out Eddy Curry. Easy putback.
So lead is down to 15. And last shot time here in the first quarter. John Chu. Cha Chu Wing. No good. Young with the rebound. Kai Chen on the run. Kai Chen all the way. No basket. Says our referee. So that's how we will end the first 10 minutes of play here in season number 9 of your ASEAN Basketball League. The Hong Kong Eastern basketball team with a commanding start, a 30-15 advantage after the first. And we're back inside Domen Gymnasium here in Zhuhai, China. Thank you so much for watching us here in the ASEAN Basketball League. You guys have us on StarHub and StarHub Go on Singapore, on mobile, iCable in Hong Kong, FPT and FPT Play in Vietnam, Macau TV in Macau, Foshan TV here in Guangdong area, Monomax in Thailand, and SNA in the Philippines. You guys have Martin Javier working alongside Marco Benitez here on opening night, and Marco B, story of the first quarter, was the pace
Yep.
that Hong Kong Eastern was able to play, getting a lot of points in transition and off the turnovers of the Wolf Warriors.
Actually had 12 fast break points in that first quarter, and it was an impressive debut for Eric Ferguson, scoring 13 of Hong Kong's 30 points. So Hong Kong Eastern looking to be in great form to start out this season.
Hai Chen, no good on the attack again. Eddy Curry had a string of points at the end of the first quarter, continues to score here in the second frame. Lead is down to 13.
And Coach Edu Torres immediately signaling Sam De Guara to get back into the fray, as Eddy Curry, already with 9 points in the game, has capitalized on the absence of De Guara.
The athleticism there of John Shu.
With the putback, is that 1-2-2 defense once again of Hong Kong Eastern, putting a lot of pressure on the perimeter.
Curry. Jiao. Last touch on John Shu. So a couple of guys in for Hong Kong Eastern, Marques Elliot and Sam De Guara. Again, De Guara getting that 2 personal fouls at the 6-minute mark of the first quarter.
Quality minutes coming from Adam Su and
right.
Wu Shuk Pan.
Holding the fort for Sam De Guara. And Wu Sang bouncing it off the foot of John Shu. 10 seconds on the clock for the Wolf Warriors.
And very noticeable, Martin, this early is the added depth of Hong Kong Eastern, especially in the perimeter. You have guys like Johnny Shu, Chan Shu Wing rather, Lao Tzu Lai, of course Eric Ferguson, one of the most impressive additions.
So definitely addressing one of their biggest problems in season number 8. Here is Chan Shu Wing. Looking for a teammate. Lao Chi Lai fires from the top of the key, too strong. Eddy Curry battles the rebound against John Shu. And ball will go to the Wolf Warriors.
And John Shu not afraid to mix it up inside the paint against a much bigger Eddy Curry. Look at this small lineup from Hong Kong Eastern. You have practically 4 guards.
Yes, right.
Together with Sam De Guara. So this is actually a quick lineup for them.
You got 6'5" John Shu, about 6'3" Marques Elliott, 5'10" Lee Kee. About 5'11" Lao Chi Lai, who gets the steal here. Lao Chi Lai, doesn't score with the left hand. Wu Sang with the rebound, but throws the ball away.
唔緊要，唔緊要，繼續做防守，
Turnover
再為我哋
there
澳
as
門
they
隊
were
加
able
油！
to get a good stop on the miss. Lao Tzu Lai, but of course not able to capitalize. So Hong Kong back
唔
with
該
the
晒，
ball.
防守，減少。
And Jenny Giong will be matched up against the former world import MVP.
Lao Chi Lai from the corner knocks it down.
Lao Tzu Lai, really a knockdown shooter, will not miss a lot of those open jumpers. 38% from the field last season, 42% from the 3-ball.
First basket of the game for Lao Chi Lai, but he is going to be called for the foul on the other side against Jenning Leung.
And Sean Mitchell will make his way back into the game for a little more height and athleticism.
Sean Mitchell, only 1 out of 3 from the field, 2 points in the first quarter. Mario Wu Sang working on Lee Kee. He goes to Mitchell. Mitchell goes baseline, difficult shot inside. Eddy Curry gets the rebound, no good on the first try. Eddy Curry again, still no good. He gets the ball back and the basket plus the foul.
And because the Guada already has 2 personal fouls, not really mixing it up inside, afraid to pick up his 3rd personal here in the first half.
And you gotta love Eddy Curry working hard underneath for the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors.
And he is a legit NBA veteran. Played 4 seasons with the Chicago Bulls, 5 seasons with the New York Knicks. Had a career average of 13 points per game, 5.2 rebounds per game.
Definitely making his impact here. Hai Chen swats the ball away. Wu Sang on the move. Wu Sang all the way.
First pair of fast break points for the Wolf Warriors, coming off great defensive stop on that block by Kai Chen on Marques Elliott.
And the home team fighting back here. De Guada and Eddy Curry clinging on. De Guada there.
And Eddy Curry has to be careful that he does not get called for unsportsmanlike
And that was probably out of frustration, Marco.
Okay, holding foul.
That's going to be the second personal foul on Eddy Curry.
Position on the floor. 香港東方請求換人。
So 14-point lead here for Hong Kong Eastern.
Coach Edu Torres, as animated as ever.
That's the old Coach Edu Torres that we know. Almost 3 minutes eclipsing here in our second frame. 35-21.
Jenny Giong actually playing Marques Elliott very physical.
Oh, Ferguson is down. Ferguson is down on the floor.
So he got hit in the face or on the neck.
Let's see the replay here. So Eric Ferguson. It was either Jenning Leong or Deshaun Mitchell getting Ferguson there.
See it clearly, but he looks like he is talking to Kai Chen. So it's probably Kai Chen who got him on the neck.
Substation on the floor.
Eddy Curry.
So one of those three players.
繼續你口號再嚟一次，澳門，澳
All right,
門。
7 minutes and 3 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Play continues. And you got Lee Jun now replacing Eddy Curry on the floor. Curry going out with 11 points and 14 rebounds. Marques Elliott flying in for that shot off the inbound, getting the foul, and a chance for free throws at the line.
That's going to be just the first, well, actually second personal foul on Kai Chen. Plays very physical. He's actually played almost the entire ball game so far.
Marques Elliott at the free throw line. Elliott so far with 9 points, a rebound, and 2 dimes, and has nailed 1 3-pointer so far in this game.
And Elliott was a 76% free throw shooter last season.
And Kai Chen will be replaced here on the floor.
It looks like there's some blood on the face of Kai Chen.
So entering is Jiao Rongce, player number 8 of the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors.
Coach Battles has actually used just 8 players in this game so far. Coach Edu Torres already feeling 10 players.
So 2 for 2 for Marques Elliott. Lead is back up to 16. You got Giong working on Elliott. Almost escaping Elliott there, kicking it out. Lee Jun finding Leong. Leong puts it up. Oh, that bounces out. Sorry, missed there for Jenning Leong, but they get the ball back here.
Bad pass there coming from Sam de Guara.
Wei Sang loses the ball again. Leaky on the move. Leaky getting bumped by Mario Wei Sang, who is called for the personal foul.
Leaky actually had an open Eric Ferguson running down the sideline. And Ferguson continuing to talk, this time to Coach Malcolm Battles.
Ferguson to start the play. They double team Marques Elliott. Tang Jihang attacks. Bothered by Zhao. He gets his own miss. 8 seconds to shoot for Hong Kong. Ferguson on the drive. Ooh, dangerous fall there by Ferguson.
Play. That undercut there by Zhao.
Wow. Let's see the attack here by Eric Ferguson. And Zhao just turning back on Ferguson as he was approaching.
Referees deeming it as a regular foul. Luckily, Ferguson not hurt on that sequence.
13 points in the first quarter for Ferguson. That's his first point here in the second. 14 in total, and has gone 3 out of 4 from the free throw line. A good an impressive debut overall so far.
And he's going to be a really big addition here for Hong Kong Eastern with that length. Stands 6'8", has a 7-foot wingspan. So not only will he be a great addition offensively, but defensively, as they like to run that full court press.
He's going to be able to fill in multiple positions on the floor. Jennings Leung starts the play here. Shentu bringing the ball down. Ooh, losing the ball there. Bothered by the pressure, or the pressure rather, of Hong Kong Eastern.
There's a bit of a slippery spot on that side of the floor. That's going to be turnover number 8 for the Wolf Warriors.
So despite the strong start of Zhuhai, Hong Kong Eastern able to recover and outscore their opponent 9-6 here in the second frame. They'll lob it up to the Guara. Easy basket for the big man.
And that's what the Guara gives you. With a smaller defender on him, it's as simple as lobbing it over the top. And the Guara's just going to turn and shoot.
20-point lead again. Leung fires. Too strong. Ferguson with the rebound.
Tried to look for Marques, Elliot, but Giong had him covered.
Oh, the Guada unable to catch the pass. But a foul on Lee Jun will be called.
You see the height disparity between Sam de Guara and Lee Jun.
Lee Jun stands about 6'7". De Guara at 7'4" or 7'5".
This is going to be a baseline inbounds here for Hong Kong Eastern.
5:38 to go in the first half. Lee Ki starts it up here.
So it's going to be actually 2 free throws, so check that. Zhuhai is in the penalty. So if I'm Hong Kong Eastern with Eddy Curry on the bench, I'm just feeding the ball to Big Sam almost exclusively on offense.
De Guara, also a good free throw shooter for a big guy. He now has 5 points in the game alongside 4 rebounds. In only less than 7 minutes of play, tried to tip it in.
Nobody there boxing out. Sam de Guara almost had a tip in.
Shentu attacking. Difficult shot, but a foul on Ferguson.
Got a little too eager on the block attempt. But Shentu on the arm.
So free throws coming here for Chris Shentu. Eddy Curry making his way back on the floor. That's the foul by Eric Ferguson on the attacking Chris Shentu.
Shentu with the right idea in mind. Ferguson going to be called for his first personal.
Shentu drops in the first free throw. Bit of a drought by the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors.
Shentu played in the CBA with the Shaanxi Brave Dragons.
That's right. And that breaks the 7-0 run put up by the Hong Kong Eastern basketball team. 20-point advantage. Almost halfway done here in the second. De Guara on the fade. Too strong. Tang Chi Hang.
Oh, nice save there by
successfully
Tang Chi
saves it.
Hang.
That's
and
right.
This is his calling card, Mr. Extra Possessions for Hong Kong Eastern. Ushok Pan coming in for Sam de Guara. Coach Edu Torres not happy with that shot attempt.
So now Eddy Curry is in and De Guara is back on the bench for Hong Kong Eastern. Marques Elliot to Leaky, wide open. Shentu with the rebound. Here is Shentu on the move. Shentu out of control, Mitchell. Leung, oh, Leaky with a steal. Leaky completes the turnover on the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors.
Quick hands there coming from Lee Ki, the 3-and-D guy. Averaged about close to a steal per ball game.
So we have a timeout here, under 5 remaining here in the second quarter. Hong Kong Eastern basketball team up big, 20 points to be exact.
All eyes on us. All eyes on us. All eyes on us.
Always come up there and set the play open basketball. All right. Guys, on defense.
Bring the action.
Okay, thank you. 谢谢我们的篮球宝贝。OK， 站嘅時間到，非常繼續。
Back to the action here in Zhuhai, China. This is the opening night of the 9th season of your ASEAN Basketball League. First game up, this is the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors against the Hong Kong Eastern Basketball team. So far, the visiting squad up by 20 points, dominating performance here in the first half. That's Lee Ki, short on the three.
And so far, scoring has slowed down here in the second quarter. Hong Kong has only managed 12 points, while the Wolf Warriors have only scored 7 points. So defense of each team picking up. Quick hands there from Mario Wuisang, getting back in transition to force the turnover.
And also preventing the easy basket in transition by Wu Shuk Pan. But Mario Wuisang will need to do a little bit more for the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors here.
Expect the white shirt to drop the ball down into Eddy Curry.
Curry double teamed right away.
And that's gonna be a foul. They're calling on Wu Shuk Pan, who got the raw end of that deal as he got hit by the elbow of Eddy Curry.
And tough task here for Wu Shuk Pan as he continues to guard the wide frame of Eddy Curry. Mitchell, Wuisang, fresh 14 here to work with for the Wolf Warriors. Eddy Curry, oh, great steal from behind by Lee Ki. Ferguson on the jam again!
Another highlight finish from Ferguson coming off the steal from Lee Ki. Great double team there from the blind side by Lee Ki.
Eric Ferguson with 17 points here in the first half. Mario Wuisang against John Su. Kai Chen dropping it off. Eddy Curry with the finish inside.
That's a nice extra pass there coming from Kai Chen. Good orchestration there by Mario Wuisang.
But they cannot trade baskets with Hong Kong Eastern here. John Su on the curling Lee Ki. He fires. That's too strong. Giong with the rebound.
That's a play that they like to run. First, the baseline screen by Lee Ki, and then he gets that screen at the free throw line for the jump shot at the top of the key.
Here's Eddy Curry just muscling his way down low. Curry again. Couple of rebounds in. Eddy Curry with a basket.
They're going to get Marques Elliot for the foul.
Wow.
And the persistence of Eddy Curry.
Eddy Curry already with a double-double here in the first half. Look at him work hard here, flipping it up and in. And has a chance for a three-point play once again. Curry so far 15 points, 14 rebounds in the game.
And for the Wolf Warriors, that is actually a good strategy with the Guara on the bench. You want to make Hong Kong Eastern pay for having their 7'4" big man on the bench. So capitalizing on Eddy Curry's size advantage, slowly chipping into this deficit.
And the lead is down to 17 here, 44-27, 3 minutes 12 seconds remaining in the first half.
唔該晒 ，thank you，繼續加油，一齊拍拍手啦，為我哋澳門隊加油！
And back to the action here in Zhuhai, China. Hong Kong Eastern basketball team right now with a 17-point advantage. But Eddy Curry here in the first half for the Wolf Warriors has scored 16 points and has pulled down 16 rebounds as well. Marques Elliott on the blow-by and the jam.
Nice hezzy there from Marques Elliott, and a quick turnover here for the Wolf Warriors. So that was an excellent timeout coming from Coach Edu Torres.
Wolf Warriors.
Well, from the 3 seasons we've been covering Hong Kong Eastern, Coach Edu Torres, he's a master of that after timeout inbound strike.
That's right. Chan Chu-Wing, oh, knocks it down.
5 straight points for Hong Kong Eastern off that timeout.
That's a corner triple for Hong Kong Eastern. Their 5th triple in the first half. Mitchell with the basketball against Ferguson. Here's Jen Myung. No good on the shot. Ferguson with the rebound. Marques Elliott pushing. Elliott. Ferguson. Straightaway 3. John Shu in and out.
Sorry, missed there. Nice ball movement coming from the blue shirts.
Great kick out, right, by Eric Ferguson. Here is Mario Wuisang against Marques Elliott now.
Johnny Shu blitzed that ball screen.
Wuisang, difficult shot, banks it in.
Super Mario showing us some magic.
And the veteran with the 2 points, cutting the lead to 20 here. Under 2 remaining. Elliott from the free throw line knocks it down.
And again with a hesitation there, Marques Elliott making like he was going to pass to the wing. Decides to elevate from about 17 feet.
What a performance here by Hong Kong Eastern.
Elliott now with 12 points in the game, 57% from the field.
Wuisang fires from 3, it's good.
And he has always been known as a scorer. 5 straight points right now from Mario Wuisang.
Chan Chu-Wing to John Shu. John Shu takes the shot, too strong. Rebound goes to Wu Shuk Pan. Fresh 14 for Hong Kong. John Shu on the cut. That's going to be a foul on Jennings Leung.
Nice activity there by John Shu. And you know, Marques Elliott, if you find yourself free, chances are he's going to find you in the paint.
And how about the addition of this guy, Marco B? John Shu, very energetic young player off the bench for Coach Edu Torres, able to disrupt the offense, get or challenge the rebounders also of the other team.
The thing about John Shu is he's a great two-way player. As we've seen so far for Coach Edu Torres, not only can he score, but he's also capable of defending the perimeter, defending small forwards, and not afraid to mix it up on the glass.
John Shu missing both free throws there. Wuisang with the dish to Curry, loses the ball. And it will go the other way. Hong Kong Eastern will have possession. Turnover on Eddy Curry.
Mario Wuisang actually with a nice look-away pass there.
Turnover number 12 for the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors. And both teams will regroup. 52.5 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Hey, offense is killing us.
再次俾你熱情嘅掌聲，俾啲鼓勵我哋嘅澳門戰友們加油！
Saw the highlights there so far of the first half. And it has been a balanced attack for Hong Kong Eastern with two players in double figures so far. 14 for Marques Elliott, 17 for Eric Ferguson. On the other side, only Eddy Curry is in double figures with 16 points.
Well, that's going to be an offensive foul there on that screen by Wu Shuk Pan. But you know what, Martin, also great bench points or great support coming from the bench from Hong Kong Eastern. 13 bench points for them, led by Chan Shu Wing, 6 points on 2 out of 4 from long distance. Hong Kong Eastern shooting a combined 5 of 18 or 27% from long distance.
Fantastic return so far also for Chan Shu Wing.
我哋繼續為澳門隊加油！澳門，澳門！
Returning from that ACL injury
戰狼，戰狼！
a season ago. Under 40 seconds remaining here. Mario Wuisang against John Shu. Wuisang pulls up. Too strong on the free. Rebound goes to Chan Shu Wing.
And Hong Kong will try to hold for the last attempt here. About a 4-second differential between the game shot and the shot clock.
Chan Shu Wing. Cross court. Adam Shu catches the pass. Elliot double team. Chan Shu Wing. 6 seconds to shoot for Hong Kong. John Shu fires. That's too strong. And last touch on Wu Shuk Pan. So Zhuhai Wolf Warriors with 5 seconds to make things happen here.
That was good pressure there in the half court from Zhuhai.
Quicker lineup on the floor for Coach Edu Torres. Wu Yo also coming in for Zhuhai.
2-point guard set up for Coach Malcolm Battles.
Hai Chen with the inbound. Gets it to Zhao. Zhao sees the opening, unable to make the shot though.
Probably not the guy you'd want to receive in the open floor.
But at the end of the first half, Marco B, former champions, last year's semi-finalists, the Hong Kong Eastern basketball team with a commanding 51-32 lead at the end of the first half. Halftime stats and analysis will return. Again, this is the opening night of the 9th season of your ASEAN Basketball League.
Hello，Hello。 現場嘅球迷朋友都要通過我哋嘅現場嘅公眾號同我哋現場嘅主持一齊互動啊！攞你嘅手機出嚟咁，然後打開微信揾到現場 出表現呢個公眾號，咁然後留言俾我，為我哋嘅澳門戰狼隊吶喊助威加油啊！睇到我哋嘅 AK 佢就話主持人晚上好啊！澳門戰狼隊第一節未打開啊，希望3、4節加油加油 ！OK 唔該晒 AK，thank you。Crystal 就話：主持人晚上好啊！澳門上半場打得唔夠放開啊，叫我哋嘅所有嘅運動員放開啲 relax 啲，打出應有嘅水平，加油加油 ！OK， 唔該晒 Crystal，thank you。係啦，現場我哋想同 DJ 哥哥一齊互動，好簡單，攞你嘅手機出嚟，咁然後打開微信，揾到傑出表現呢個公眾號，咁然後留言俾我，話俾我聽 ，OK， 同你心愛嘅球員吶喊助威，加油！Must have 那个给无忧打 call。OK， 谢谢。小猪猪他说：“主持人晚上好，帮我用国语念出来，无忧加油 ，Thank you。”小 baby 嘅話，佢嘅姊妹要結婚啦，可唔可以放手擁抱你嘅高去係嘛？係咪呢首啊？係咪呢首？而家好犀利呢首啊！ Amy 話：加油加油，澳門隊加油，戰狼必勝！我哋唔該晒。睇我哋嘅南灣地產陳曉明話：澳門必勝，唔油加油啊 ！OK， 無憂跟隊加油！指示就話：澳門戰狼隊加油，攞出示你出嚟，加油加油 ！OK， 唔該晒，指示。 現場你想同我哋嘅現場嘅 DJ 一齊互動，好簡單，攞你嘅手機出嚟，咁然後打開微信，揾到傑出表現呢個公眾號，咁然後留言俾我，或者私人 DJ 6893公眾微信號搜索，咁然後留言俾我，為你中意球星吶喊助威加油！
Hey,
啱先有觀眾問到咧，我哋下一個主場係幾時啊？下一個主場係21號啊，21號咧21啊，21咧就喺澳門啊，澳門大學啊對陣澳門嘅黑熊隊啊，澳門嘅打比好精彩啊 ！OK， 21號啊 ，OK， 咁呢度嘅主場。主場下一個主場咧就係24號啊 ，OK， 24號。咁如果朋友咧就21號想過澳門度睇咧都 OK 啊，21號喺澳門打，24號就喺呢度打，記住啊，我唔好到時21號走嚟呢度啊 ，OK 啊，記住啊，21號係喺澳門打啊，咁24號咧就喺呢度打 ，OK， 記住啊。咁24號咧係晏晝喎，記住喎，時間唔好記錯咗喎嚇。即係咧就24號嗰日係星期六啊嘛，咁所以星期六咧係晏晝4點鐘開始比賽嘅，咁所以大家嘅時間要乜好啊，自己要記住啊。到時你講夜晚嚟到點解冇比賽啊嘛？咁唔係嘅話，記住啊。OK， 我哋下一個主場就喺呢度，係晏晝啊，記住。好，sorry 啊，全部都係晚上，OK，sorry 啊，全部都係晚上8點，晚上8點啊，sorry 啊。主辦方充分考慮到大家揸車各方面OK， 全部都改咗，全部係晚上，即係換句話講，下一個主場24號都係呢個時間記住啦。 生日喎！OK， 牙玉 Happy Birthday！ 我係最善良，祝澳門隊嘅1號生日快樂，喺度發揮應有嘅成績。OK， 加油！澳門隊1號很帥啊 ！OK， 謝謝。
來自公路台留言 Eddy Curry，Go hard！You are NBA champion in 2012。Go hard!
Okay, go hard! MJ 就話：澳門隊加油！下半場奇啲，草莓少年話加油！我哋喺西區好激動啊！放一下靚歌讓我激動一下嚟，OK， 唔該晒。今日係旭福嘅生日，喺度祝戰狼隊今晚首勝，加油！我哋嘅歡呼就話靚仔俾播比分係嘛 ？OK 因為對面睇唔到啊。OK， 32-51。戰狼加油！章魚 OK 唔該晒 ，thank you。全副身家8毫2，佢話戰狼隊34號超人的 ，OK 加油戰狼 ，OK 謝謝。戰狼1號好帥，這才是重點。OK， 謝謝你們的留言。好，下半場比賽繼續，有請雙方運動員，有請雙方運動員繼續 show time。
We welcome you back inside the Domen Gymnasium here in Zhuhai, China. This is the opening night of the 9th season of your ASEAN Basketball League. It is between the newest team in the league. You've got the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors going up against the Hong Kong Eastern Basketball team. But Hong Kong as dominant as ever here in their very first game of the season. 19-point lead going into the second half here. Martin Javier working alongside Marco Benitez, and Marco, pace played a lot of factor. That's why Hong Kong grabbed the dominating performance in that first half, and it's also because of the experience and the familiarity they have with each other, playing also a factor in our first half.
That's right, Martin. Rude awakening here for the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors as Hong Kong tried to run amok, scoring 51 points in that first half, highlighted by a 30-point first quarter. They're shooting really well from the they shot a lot of three-pointers. They tried to go to Guara inside the paint on that sequence. Ferguson has been a big revelation for them, scoring 17 points, leading the way for Hong Kong. And of course, their former world import Marques, Elliot, 14 points, 3 assists, a steal. So far, 1 out of 3 from the three-point line. Meanwhile, for the Wolf Warriors, Eddy Curry has been one of their few bright spots. 16 points, 16 rebounds. He has been a force inside. 15 of those 16 rebounds coming off the offensive glass. And Mari Wuisang, the former Indonesia legend, has been another bright spot for them. Second leading scorer with 7 points at a stretch where he scored 5 straight points for the Wolf Warriors.
So here is Mario Wuisang, Wolf Warriors, looking to make a push here in the third quarter. That's Kai Chen on the runner off the glass, sit in.
He has shown us the ability to put the ball on the floor, that time finishing off the glass.
Second basket off the game, 5 points so far for Kai Chen. Marques Elliott with a difficult shot, too strong.
And Eddy Curry and Sam Guada really mixing it up inside.
Kai Chen again, same shot, same result for Kai Chen.
Just overpowering John Shu inside the paint.
A couple of baskets to begin the second half here for Kai Chen.
Kai Chen has played the most minutes actually, Martin.
That's right.
Among all the Wolf Warriors.
Chan Chu-Wing from straight away. And bounces out. Marques Elliott decides to take it closer, and he is going to be fouled by Yang Su, who is a new face on the floor for the Wolf Warriors.
Gave up that Judy foul as Marques Elliott got him beat. Would have gone strong to the basket with nobody there to help out.
15-point lead for Hong Kong Eastern. Chan Chu Wing to start the play. They lob it up to Guada, who goes to Ferguson inside. Look at the passing there by Hong Kong.
And again, a nice sideline inbounds play for Hong Kong Eastern. Just a quick high-low. And Ferguson taking advantage of his height against Deshaun Mitchell.
Elliot lobs it up. Ferguson throws it down.
And Ferguson has provided the highlights here. Second throwdown. We'll make a third throwdown, if I'm not mistaken, from Ferguson, and another nice assist coming from Marques Elliott.
Hong Kong Eastern recovering very quickly here, and they get another steal. Marques Elliott goes to the corner. John Chu for three. Short. Yan with a board. Wui Sang ahead to Curry against two defenders. Curry backs it in.
Very little that Sam De Guara could do against Eddy Curry. De Guara already with 3 personals.
Chan Chu Wing.
Check that. That would have been his third personal had he fouled Eddy Curry.
Marques Elliott off the screen. Elliott, difficult attempt. Kai Chen with a great challenge and rebound.
And Elliott looking for the foul there from Kai Chen. None called by the referee.
Kai Chen catches the pass and gets the basket. 6 points to begin the third quarter for Kai Chen.
Showing us the ability to put the ball on the floor once again. With that play emanating from that dribble drive coming from Mario Wui Sang.
And he cuts the lead down to 15. And a foul called on Yan, trying to stop the rising Marques Elliott.
You see Marques Elliott now looking to attack more aggressively the basket. He knows he has the advantage against Yan.
So Marques Elliott to the free throw line here. Again, 14 points in the first half, 2 rebounds and 4 assists for the former World Import MVP. Drops in the first free throw. But Zhuhai Wolf Warriors coming out with a lot of energy in the second half, Marco B, and great play on both ends by Kai Chen.
And you notice that they're really trying to attack the paint. Kai Chen taking advantage of his smaller defender.
That's right. So Coach Malcolm Battles seeing the mismatches on the floor, taking advantage of them to cut the lead. But it's up to 17 points again with the 2 free throws by Marques Elliott.
Another new face on the floor here. That is number 10, Hui Jun Se.
Hui Jun Se. Oh, Hong Kong with a steal. Elliott fires in and out. And 2 players on the floor. That's Yan and De Guara.
So they're going to get Hui on a loose ball foul against Sam De Guara. Shentu will make his way back for Yan.
Chan Chu Wing again. Starting the play here. Great inbound to Marques Elliott. Elliott looking for De Guara. De Guara with position. Sees the cutting Thang. Almost a turnover. Elliott with a baseline drive. Left-handed finish is good, plus the foul.
And again, Elliott looking to attack the paint. That time, Shentu forced the foul.
And Marques Elliott, the strength of the former World Import MVP, finishing with the offhand as well.
Eddy Curry also too preoccupied with defending Sam De Guara, or putting a body on him, that really nowhere there to help out on the penetration.
18 points now from Marques Elliott. Too strong on the free throw. That's only his 2nd miss tonight. But Hong Kong Eastern will retain possession here.
It's a play there coming from Marques Elliott, throwing the ball off of a Wolf Warriors player.
Ferguson. Chan Chu Wing. 9 seconds to shoot for Hong Kong Eastern. Chan Chu Wing on the pull-up J there.
And you see the amount of space created by that ball screen coming from Sam De Guara. No show by the defender of the screener.
Chan, 8 points off the bench. Wui Sang on the crossover, passing it to the wrong guy. Marques Elliott on the move, 3-on-1 break, and Ferguson will slam it home again.
And another slam on the break by Eric Ferguson. Defense fueling their offense.
And the lead has ballooned back to 23 points.
下面係青隊嘅
Hong Kong
籃
Eastern
球
Marques
火
Elliott
炮，送牌。
to the leading Eric Ferguson for the two-handed throwdown. Your ASEAN Basketball League will be right back after this.
Hey, from now on, we're only Hey, if that goes on,
Thank you，唔該晒我哋嘅籃球嗰隊，繼續加油加油！
Almost 4 minutes gone here in the second half, and despite the fight back of the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors, Hong Kong Eastern doing enough and more to increase their lead. It's now up to 23 points here in the third quarter.
And so far it has been a stellar debut here for Eric Ferguson, providing us the highlights. 23 points, 9
Wow.
of 11 from the field.
An efficient outing here by Ferguson. Eddy Curry, no good. Ferguson with the board. Ahead to Elliot here, doesn't have the numbers. Kicking it out, Chanshu Wing knocks it down from 3.
And another nice find there coming from Marques Elliott. That's going to be assist number 6.
26-point lead now for Hong Kong Eastern.
And again, the pace of Hong Kong Eastern just proving too much for the Wolf Warriors.
Eddy Curry working down low, bothered again by the Guara. Elliot, Manji cross-court pass, Chanshu Wing. Too strong on the 3, De Guara with the offensive rebound. Going back to Elliot on top. Elliot lobs it up, Ferguson again! Wow, highlight play after highlight play for Eric Ferguson.
And you know, despite them being new to each other, in terms of playing with each other here in Hong Kong Eastern, you like the chemistry between Marques Elliott and Eric
right.
Ferguson.
This is now the biggest advantage of Hong Kong Eastern. Wui Sang could not get the basket to drop. 4:40 to go here in the third quarter. Marques Elliott, 28-point lead for Hong Kong. De Guara getting fouled by Eddy Curry.
And you know, you love the activity from Sam De Guara. Despite not even being able to score, he has really preoccupied Eddy Curry on the defensive end. And on their own
On the floor.
defensive end, De Guara has proven to be a big challenge here for Eddy Curry to score.
That's
while
right.
De Guara is in the paint.
Eddy Curry, only 8 out of 22 shooting. 36% from the field, and most of them because his shots were getting bothered by Sam De Guara. But Big Sam missing on the first free throw.
Just 5 points in the game so far, 1 out of 3 from the stripe, and 7 rebounds. He also has 3 assists.
So De Guara, despite not scoring much, his team up by 29 points here. Mario Wui Sang against Lee Ki.
De Guara is so far is a plus 20 when he's on the floor.
Difference maker so far for Hong Kong. And you got a foul here on Eric Ferguson.
Ferguson getting a little too excited, going for that swipe. Would have been another highlight play.
Deshaun Mitchell will start to play here for Zhuhai.
Mitchell so far has been quiet, just 2 points, 1 out of 4 from the field.
He will get the touch here against Ferguson. Deshaun Mitchell going to Wui Sang. Back to Mitchell here. Mitchell drives. That's his offhand. Oh, great defense by Ferguson. Ferguson on the move. Ferguson on the Euro there, getting the foul on Lee Jun.
And with Eddy Curry on the bench, Mario Wuisang and Deshaun Mitchell will have to be more aggressive, as they're going to be relied on by the locals of Zhuhai.
So Eric Ferguson, what a debut for him here in the ASEAN Basketball League. 25 points, an efficient 10 out of 12 shooting from the field. But that's his second miss from the free throw line, 4 out of 6 so far. And you add 8 rebounds to his stats. This is a big impact player for Hong Kong Eastern.
And with this type of a lead, Coach Edu Torres, with the luxury of resting both Ferguson and Marques Elliott. Now he has Adam Su, Lee Ki, Chen Shu Wing in the backcourt with De Guara and Tan Chi Hang in the front court.
So only Sam De Guara, world import, remaining world import on the floor for Hong Kong. Here's the trap. Shentu. Pass deflected. That is kicked out of bounds. Hong Kong will have possession.
And this is the game that Hong Kong likes to play. A nice blindside trap there. Coming from Tan Chi Hang, forcing another turnover. That's turnover number 18 for the Wolf Warriors.
Tang Chi Hang attacking. Kicking it out. Adam Su. They swing the ball around. Lee Ki moves closer. Floater is off. Tang Chi Hang with the rebound.
Mr. Extra Possessions, Tan Chi Hang.
Adam Su finding Big Sam down low. De Guara with position. Gets his own miss. De Guara still no good.
And De Guara has to make sure of that basket, as he is being defended by a much smaller Lee Jun.
Towering advantage over Lee Jun in that sequence. So Chris Shentu will be the point guard now of the Wolf Warriors, giving it to Mitchell. Here's Leung on the curl, drops it in from the free throw line.
Nice curl there off the pin down screen. And a nice assist coming from Deshaun Mitchell.
First basket in the ABL as well for Jenning Leung. Here's Adam Su. Down low, Lee Ki fakes the three. Lee Ki. That's off, Leung with a board. Jenning off and running.
That's going to be an easy call there for the referee. Foul on Tan Chi Hang.
70-42. And Hong Kong Eastern has outscored the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors 19-10 here in the third quarter.
And remember, as we talked about in the pre-game, Martin, these two teams are part of the same group.
That's right.
5 teams, 4 East Asian teams, together with San Miguel Ala Pilipinas. So they're going to be facing each other a total of 4 times.
Wow. Lee Ki escaping, getting the steal and score. Lee Ki with a basket. That's right, they're going to face each other 4 times in the season.
Another turnover by Zhuhai, leading to another pair of points from turnovers.
Adam Su finds the Guada. Big Sam, oh, deflected by Mitchell. Shentu goes to Leung. Jenning Leung forces one up. And Adam Su getting the rebound. Here is Lee Ki, steps into a 3. No good. Adam Su, no good on the putback as well.
And just open court basketball right now. Both teams struggling to score.
Mitchell fires and drops it in.
First 3-pointer of the game for Deshaun Mitchell. Hopefully that will get his confidence going.
5 points so far for Deshaun. Adam Su, De Guara. Great ball movement from Hong Kong. Here's the double team. Adam Su wide open for 3, knocks it down.
Nice extra pass there coming from Tan Chi Hang, who is actually open inside that shaded area.
And Hong Kong Eastern not stopping here in the third quarter. 30-point advantage. Leung getting the difficult shot to go in.
That has to be the mindset if you're Zhuhai. Continue to attack, continue to be aggressive, but you have to make stops on this end of the floor.
Chan Chu Wing, in and out. Rebound goes to Zhao. Leung, Shentu, 3-on-2 break. Shentu on the blow by. Shentu puts it in.
4 straight points right now for the Wolf Warriors.
It's 75 to 49. Half minute remaining. That's going to be a foul on the Wolf Warriors.
And so far, it's been a 21 to 13 third quarter for Hong Kong Eastern. Hai Chen making his way back in favor of Lee Jun. Sean Mitchell also exits the ball game. And Marques Elliott comes back in.
And what a defensive masterpiece so far by Hong Kong Eastern, holding the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors to under 20 points in all of the 3 quarters so far.
And they've done it with their full court pressure. They've forced a total of 19 turnovers already and have led to 27 fast break points, 27 points off turnovers rather, and 26 fast break points for Hong Kong Eastern.
28-point lead. 4 seconds difference between the clocks here. Shentu goes to Kai Chen. Back on the floor here. Kai Chen bullies his way to the hoop. Doesn't make the shot. Marques Elliott. No good. Giong with a board. Here is Shentu. 3 seconds left. Kai Chen. No good. Rebound goes to Adam Su. And that marks the end of the third quarter here inside the Domen Gymnasium in Zhuhai, China. Opening night, and the defending champion, or the former champions rather, up big against the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors. Heading back to the action in your ASEAN Basketball League. Thank you so much for catching us live in different parts of Asia and the world. You guys have us on StarHub and StarHub Go on mobile in Singapore, iCable in Hong Kong, FPT and FPT Play in Vietnam, Macau TV in Macau, Foshan TV here in Guangdong area, Monomax in Thailand, and SNA in the Philippines. And entering the fourth quarter here, Hong Kong Eastern with a 28-point advantage over the newest team in the league, Zhuhai Wolf Warriors. You got Martin Javier working alongside Marco Benitez for our opening night here. And Marco, interesting things here in the second and third quarter. Zhuhai actually had strong starts in both of those quarters. It's just finishing the quarters were a problem for them.
Well, you know, Hong Kong Eastern really a veteran team here in the ASEAN Basketball League. As we see Sean Mitchell trying to be more aggressive on the offensive end, and he gets the block on the defensive end as well. But Hong Kong Eastern, with the size of their lead, able to really use their bench at the start of quarters, and then when Wolf Warriors start to threaten, reinserts Coach Edu Torres, reinserts Marques Elliott, reinserts Eric Ferguson, and that's when they put their pedal to the metal once again and builds up their lead once more. Right now the lead stands at 26 points. It has been an impressive showing so far for Hong Kong Eastern. What I like so far from what we've seen is that there's a lot better ball movement for Hong Kong Eastern, because there's a lot more scoring options from the outside. Chan Shu Wing is back. Leaky, although he has not yet found his stroke. Marques, Elliot, Eric Ferguson, even Adam Su and John Shu have been great for Coach Edu Torres.
That's right. So this year, there's a lot of depth in the lineup of Coach Edu Torres. Kai Chen getting another basket here.
Kai Chen, second leading scorer right now for the Wolf Warriors.
And Sean Mitchell down on the floor, grabbing the basketball. He will be helped up. And it's a 24-point advantage here.
This is going to be a big realization here for the Wolf Warriors, that this is a type of competition that they're going to be facing here in the ASEAN Basketball League. And mind you, Hong Kong Eastern, Formosa Dreamers, the Macau Black Bears, formerly the Chongson Kung Fu, they're going to be part of the group where the Wolf Warriors are going to be playing together with San Miguel Ala Pilipinas, the defending champion. So they're going to have to step up their game several notches if they want to be competitive here.
This is actually a good first test for the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors. Test against the former champs, a contender here in the ASEAN Basketball League, to make the necessary adjustments moving forward in the season.
And the next team on the schedule for the Wolf Warriors will actually be the Macau Black Bears. And they're going to be headlined by the defending World Import MVP, Anthony Tucker, as well as Mike McKinney, the defending Heritage Import MVP.
They were the #1 team in the elimination round last year, the formerly known as Chongson Kung Fu, now Macau Black Bears.
Of course, they will have a different look to them as Coach Charles Dubé no longer with the program. And most of the local players from China will also be different. But when you still have the World Import MVP and Mike McKinney, you're still going to be very competitive.
So here is Zhao at the free throw line. Getting that one to drop, cutting the lead down to 23 points. And you see the scoring here for Hong Kong Eastern, 30, 21, and 26 in the 3 quarters. Showing us the same high-octane, very explosive offense done by Coach Edu Torres.
And true to form, Hong Kong Eastern with 9 steals in the ball game. Remember, they were the #1 team in terms of steals, averaging close to 9, 8.7 per game last season.
Oh, and Marques Elliot.
And another assist for Hong Kong Eastern, assist number 19. So 19 assists, 27 field goals.
Wow.
So it just goes to show how willing they are to share that basketball.
Marques Elliot putting out the fire very quickly. Zhuhai Wolf Warriors started the 4th period on a 6-0 run. 3-point play completed there by Marques. Lead is back to 25 points, 18 remaining in the contest. And you got Chung Chun Sing entering the game for Hong Kong. Here is Mario Wuisang going to Deshaun Mitchell.
Little stack and one play there for Mario Wuisang.
And Wuisang getting it to go from the corner. That's a 3 for Wuisang.
And if you're the Wolf Warriors, you just want to be more aggressive, try to trim this lead down, make it more respectable.
And you love also the activity here in the 4th period by Deshaun Mitchell. Getting more aggressive on the defensive end.
Coach Edu Torres sending De Guara back into the game as Eddie Curry has also made his way back. De Guara with 2 personal fouls. So he was able to preserve himself from picking up those 3rd and 4th fouls.
Sam De Guara, 28 points in the game in 17 minutes of action. Here is Lau Lai, throws one up.
That's going to be another assist from Marques Elliott, assist number 8. Another nice pin down screen coming from Sam De Guara.
Second triple of the night for Lau Lai, going 2 out of 4 from the field. Here's Wei Sang looking for Kai Chen at the post. Kai Chen tried to feed Eddy Curry. Turnover for the Wolf Warriors. Ferguson to Chun Chun Sing. Denied. That's Kai Chen with the denial. Lau Chi Lai, Elliot, Ferguson. Attacking, kicking it out. Elliot moving closer, going to the Guada. Oh, that's a great block by Kai Chen.
And if you're the Guada, you do not have to bring the ball down. Once you get the pass from Marques Elliott, you go straight up. At 7'4". There's nobody there to block you unless you bring the ball down to your shoulders. And that's exactly what happened.
A couple of great defensive plays coming from Kai Chen. Here's Eddy Curry putting on the moves against the Guada. No basket.
That's going to be a foul on the Guada as he put the arm bar on Eddy Curry. And Eddy Curry, the NBA veteran, will make the most of that matchup.
83-58, under 7 minutes remaining. Hong Kong Eastern still in full control here. Jiao against Ferguson now, backing down. Goes to Kai. Kai Chen, baseline move, flipping it up and in.
And Kai Chen has been impressive in his debut here. 13 points, that's 6 of 13 from the field. And really not afraid to mix it up with the bigs of Hong Kong Eastern as Lau Tzu Lai hits another one.
And how about the three-point shooting of Hong Kong Eastern tonight? 9 out of 29 from 3.
And that's going to be the 9th assist of Marques Elliott. So a lot more options for Marques Elliott this year.
Wei Sang getting the bounce on that basket. Lau Chi Lai again, he fires. That's too strong. Kai Chen with the rebound.
Heat check there for Lau Tzu Lai.
Mario Wei Sang. Eddy Curry. Kai Chen takes the mid-range J, too strong. Elliot gets the board. That is his 4th one off the game.
And no need for Hong Kong Eastern to rush this, as they are up big. A 24-point advantage with 5:42. Unless Wolf Warriors are able to pull off a miracle, this is going to be win number 1 for Hong Kong Eastern.
Right. Marques Elliott still on attack mode here. Catch and shoot by Chung Chun Sing. Nothing but net.
And almost everybody that, everybody that Coach Edu Torres has fielded has already scored. And Lau Tzu Lai will be called for an unsportsmanlike foul, as he did not appreciate the contact.
That's on Kai Chen. And Kai Chen, 2 free throws plus possession for the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors, who are down by 26 big points with 5.5 minutes remaining in the game. And Eric Ferguson on your screens talking to the Filipino referee. Ferguson, 26 points, 9 boards tonight.
Another impressive debut here for Eric Ferguson. And you know, Martin, for those who just joined us, just to give our viewers, refresh our viewers, tournament format for this season, 2 groups of 5 teams each. In Group A, we have these 2 teams, Hong Kong Eastern, the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors, San Miguel Ala Pilipinas, the Formosa Dreamers, and the Macau Black Bears. While in the other group, you have the Westports Malaysia Dragons, the Singapore Slingers, the CLS Knights, the Mono Vampire Squad, and the Saigon Heat. So it's a quadruple round robin for teams within the same group, and double round robin against teams in the opposite group. Top 8 teams after the elimination round will move on to the quarterfinals, where number 1 will play number 8, 2 will play 7, 3 will play 6, 4 will play 5. Best of 3 quarterfinals. Winners will advance to a best of 3 semifinals, and the winners of those will advance to the finals in Season 9 of the ASEAN Basketball League.
So a lot of changes in the tournament format here, with a record 10 teams joining this season. That's the most we've had here in the ASEAN Basketball League. And we are adding a total of 40 games in the elimination round. From 90 in total last year, it's now up to 130 with each team playing 13 home games.
And another rule change as well, so no more heritage import. Each team will have an allocation of 3 imports or world imports, formerly world imports, to choose from.
Yeah.
And the rule for local players will be, a player will be considered a local player if he holds a passport of the country which the team represents, assuming he has at least one biological parent from that country, or if he does not have a passport of that country, as long as he has at least one biological parent from that country, then he can be considered a local player.
A lot to look forward to in the season number 9 of your ASEAN Basketball League, but we got a timeout on the floor. We'll be back after this.
OK, thank you，谢谢我们的篮球宝贝，唔该晒。
Coach Malcolm Battles talking to his guys. A lot of work to be done here for the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors, but they still have a full season to go. This is only their first game, so a learning experience here against a contender, the Hong Kong Eastern basketball team.
This is really a good gauge for them, because with the lineup that Hong Kong has right now, they're going to be one of the top contenders here in season 9 of the ASEAN Basketball Leagues. So for the Wolf Warriors, this is going to be a good barometer for them to judge or to measure themselves on.
They've shown flashes of brilliance all throughout the game, but just couldn't sustain them consistently, or couldn't do them consistently rather, as the Guada scores inside.
And that's the way to do it if you're Sam de Guara. No need to put the ball below your shoulders. Just go up strong with it. That's going to be assist number 10 though for Marques Elliot.
First game, first double-double of the season for Marques Elliott, and that's another rebound for Marques. And the lob inside, the Guada unable to finish, but he gets it on the second serving.
Now it's time for Sam de Guara to get his numbers, as Eddy Curry has already fouled out in this game. All decided, but the final score.
Kai Chen, no good on the attack. And that's a 3 for the Hong, or for the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors. That is Crescentu with the 3-pointer.
Coach Edu Torres getting set to send his bench players back into the game.
Big Sam down low.
Basket is going to count for Sam de Guara.
96-67, and Big Sam getting his points here in the fourth quarter.
I just got some stats, or some from trivia here from our Titan of Stats, TK Kosuboom. This 10 assists by Marques Elliott is the most in a season opener since Xavier Alexander's 8 assists 2 seasons ago in their season opener. So Marques Elliott continuing to add to his game.
Marques Elliott actually has 11 assists now for Hong Kong Eastern. That's the count: 23 points, 5 rebounds, and 11 dimes for Marques.
I remember in his first season when they won the championship, Marques Elliott was a heavy scorer, averaging about 26 points per game. And then last season, nice pass there from Mario Wuisang.
Ooh, Kai Chen with a sorry miss. Wow, no finish. Wuisang fires. No good on the 3. Lao Chi Lai in transition. Goes to the Guara, who throws it down, plus the foul. Big Sam seeing over everyone there for the hammer.
And a nice recognition there by Lao Tzu Lai to give it to his big man who was running the floor. And there was very little that Mario Wu Sang could do. But again, going back to Marques Elliott in Season 2, took a step back in terms of offense, averaged just a little above 20 points per game, but upped his rebounding and his assist numbers to about 8 rebounds, 8 assists per game. Unfortunately, they fell short in the semifinals.
That's right.
Against San Miguel Ala Pilipinas.
So here is Mario Wuisang getting the foul and putting on the veteran moves against Lao Tzu Lai. And here is Wu Shuk Pan replacing Sabda Guara on the floor. It's 99-67. Biggest lead of the game for Hong Kong Eastern. That's 32 points.
Meanwhile, Martin, for Hong Kong Eastern, after this game here in Zhuhai, they will head home and they will be hosting the Formosa Dreamers.
There you go.
Last year's expansion squad will have a new look to their team. They will be hosting them on November 21, that is Wednesday, at Southorn Stadium.
Of course, the Dreamers retooling in the off-season with new world imports and new local players.
A new coach.
That's right. Wu Shuk Pan on the finish. And an all-local squad for Hong Kong Eastern here. 101-68.
They continue to press.
Fresh legs off the bench. Getting active here. Wolf Warriors will retain possession.
And you saw on your screens, Chan Shu Wing. How big has he been?
That's right.
After an entire season missed because of injury, scoring 11 points, 4 out of 9 from the field, 3 of 7 from long distance, 2 rebounds, a steal, and great defensive presence in the perimeter. And more than that, the ability to play the point guard spot and relieve Marques Elliott, allow Marques Elliott rather to play the 2 guard spot and focus more on his scoring.
And that's what they actually missed a season ago. And a lot of times in the season. By the way, the free throw line earlier was Se Si Chun, a Hong Kong native playing for the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors. Earlier in the pregame, he was talking to Thang playing against each other in the local leagues there.
Remember, this Hong Kong Eastern squad is a champion of their local league. So there they were able to give a lot of exposure to their locals. Guys like Wu Shuk Pan, Chun Chun Sing, Chan Shu Wing, even Lee Ki.
And this is, again, Zhao at the free throw line. 101-68, 2 and 22 remaining.
We expect guys like Wu Shuk Pan and Tan Chi Hang to really play crucial roles here for Coach Edu Torres. Now that they're no longer on their roster is Christian Standhardinger.
That's right.
And Ryan Moss.
But for the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors, Marco, what are the positives that they can take from this game moving forward in their season?
Well, I think some of the positives is they know that they can count on Eddie Curry scoring inside. They have some quality locals, guys like Chris Senchu, Kai Chen, guys that they can rely on. Of course, Mario Wuisang will be there for the leadership role. They need to have Deshaun Mitchell be more aggressive, especially at the start of games. Not afford to be passive, as of course each team will be relying on their 3 world imports or their 3 imports.
They need to maximize all of those 3 in each of the game. Deshaun Mitchell only taking 7 shots so far, making 2. And he will now head to the free throw line for the very first time tonight. Jenning Leong replacing now Mario Wuisang.
And of course, they're going to have to step up their defense a little more. Only forcing 10 turnovers, or 11 turnovers rather, for Hong Kong Eastern, while they committed 20 turnovers and allowed Hong Kong Eastern to really be the aggressors on the defensive end. 27 turnover points for Hong Kong Eastern, 28 points on the break, 48 points in the paint.
And that's their game. And it's 101-72 here. A minute and 45 remaining. Hong Kong going small, a lot smaller, matching the small lineup as well of the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors. So Chan Chu Wing will bring the ball down. Chung Chun Sing puts it on the floor, loses the ball. Wu Yo more free. Starting the break. Doesn't have the numbers, kicking it out. Chen Young getting the ball back for Wolf Warriors.
You see the crowd really starting to cheer every time Wu Yo has the ball.
Yeah. Proud favorite here in China.
Last
phase. Isaiah Thomas, Chris Paul in one-on-one games. Street games, of course.
Came off the bench, scored 9 points, 3 of 7 from long distance.
Still a reliable three-point shooter here for Hong Kong Eastern. Chan Chu Wing, no good on the shot. Set with a board. And here is Wu Yo again. More free with the ball against Lau Chi Lai. Back to Wu Yo. More free. Oh. Working through traffic there, unable to make the shot. Lau Chi Lai, Shun. And that's a great drop pass. Adam Su with a finish. Half-minute remaining here, and this is a first victory of the season for Hong Kong Eastern.
And an impressive offensive output for Hong Kong Eastern. Not scoring less than 21 points in any of the quarters.
Yeah.
Started out big with 30 points in that first quarter, doubling up on the 15 of the Wolf Warriors. And then followed up with 21 points in the second, 26 in the third. Right now they have 24 points here with about 24 seconds remaining.
This is a scarier, deeper, retooled Hong Kong Eastern team that will be battling here in our season number 9.
And tomorrow we will be seeing another one of the deep teams, the Mono Vampire squad, last year's finalists. Of course, they will have back Mike Singletary, Jason Brickman.
But they don't have Sabda Guara anymore as he's playing with Hong Kong Eastern. And that's going to be a foul.
Moses Morgan, formerly of the Saigon Heat, will be playing as a local for the Mono Vampire squad. So they're also going to have a deep bench. Guys like Tirawat Chantachon,
Chichai and Aunty, those guys will be asked to contribute more for Coach Douglas Marty. But Hong Kong Eastern, once again, a dominating performance. I remember their start last year. I think they went 7-0 to begin the season before losing their first game against the Saigon Heat.
and then unfortunately winning just 2 of the last 6 games. But still managing to finish in second place as Chan Chu Wing will finish this on a positive note.
Wow. That's
or
14
with the exclamation
points.
point. Yep.
14 points off the bench for Chan Chu Wing. Wu Yo unable to finish. Here is Che with a deuce. And that marks the end of the game. Opening night of season number 9. Hong Kong Eastern basketball team with a commanding victory here in Domen Gymnasium in Zhuhai, China. Against, of course, our newest team here in the league, the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors.
Just a dominant performance here for Coach Edu Torres' boys. They did it with their signature defense, the pace that they wanted to play at. As you take a look at the final score, 32-point winning margin for the champions of 2 seasons ago, the Hong Kong Eastern squad.
you are now seeing the highlights of this game. We got Mario Woisang contributing in his first game for the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors. 13 points for the veteran Mario Woisang. But for Hong Kong Eastern, just everybody contributing here. Lau Tzu Lai with the three-pointer, 9 points.
Every player fielded in by Coach Edu Torres, managing to score. Of course, led by 26 points of Ferguson, 23 points, 11 assists coming from Marques Elliot. 17 points coming from Big Sam Guada, and of course Chan Chu Wing, 14 points off the bench.
That's 4 players, Marco, scoring in double digits for Hong Kong Eastern, with a couple of players topping 20 points. And Big Sam, the activity there down low, just too much for the Wolf Warriors. Big Sam with another highlight play here, 17 and 10 for Sam de Guara. And we got the locals finishing it off for Coach Edu Torres. Adam Su getting the basket inside. Chan Shu Wing scoring on the pull-up. One of his many baskets off the game for 14 points. And on the other side, a lot of eye-opening performances here. Eddy Curry with 18 points and 16 rebounds, getting a lot of offensive rebounds in the game with 15. And Mario Woisang with 13. How about Kai Chen? Proving to be a factor.
I think he was one of the most impressive locals for Coach Battles.
A key piece moving forward here for the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors with 15 points. Only shot 6 out of 17 though from the field. Took him a while to really get it going in the game. But we saw him score in bunches against the good defenders of Hong Kong, and that's usually a